He roar of the crowd, the thrill of a last-minute goal, and the legacy of legends. But where did it all begin? Let's take a journey back in time to explore the heart of Manchester's football legacy, a stadium that has witnessed history being written in every pass, every match, and every cheer. Welcome to the Manchester Football Stadium. The early days, a dream takes shape. In a city that breathes football, there's always been a dream to build a fortress where the sport would reach its highest peaks, a dream that would eventually transform Manchester into one of the world's most iconic footballing cities. The story begins long before the grand stadiums we know today. The city of Manchester, a hub for industrial innovation, was also home to two of the biggest football clubs in the world, Manchester United and Manchester City. But for decades, these clubs were still in need of a true home, one that could host the growing crowds and match the ambition of their teams. In 1909, Manchester United's new home, Old Trafford, was officially born. Known as the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford's inception marked the beginning of a new era. But construction wasn't a straightforward task. The ambitious project was designed by the renowned architect Archibald Leach. And it was not just about building a football ground, it was about creating a symbol of modernity, a place where history would be made. But did you know that Old Trafford faced multiple setbacks during its construction? Construction began in 1909 with the stadium's design incorporating a combination of red brick and terracing, giving it a classic yet majestic look. But when the First World War broke out, work was halted. The pause didn't last long, though, and by 1910, Old Trafford was finally ready to open its doors. The growth and glory rising from the ashes. On February 19, 1910, the dream became a reality. Manchester United played their first match at Old Trafford against Liverpool. The stadium, with its 80,000 capacity, was grander than anything the country had ever seen before. However, the glory days didn't come without hardship. In 1941, Old Trafford was bombed during the Second World War, and the stadium lay in ruins. But like the city itself, Manchester United and their iconic ground refused to stay down for long. By 1949, Old Trafford was fully rebuilt. What if I told you that even after the war, the road to the Theatre of Dreams was filled with obstacles, and it took more than just bricks and mortar to rebuild this legendary place? Let's uncover the behind-the-scenes story. When Old Trafford rose from the ashes, it was different, more modern, with covered stands and a smaller capacity of 54,000. But this wasn't just a place for games. Old Trafford became a symbol of resilience, and its story mirrored the spirit of Manchester itself. But did the stadium's capacity ever hold back the magic? Let's see how Old Trafford continued to evolve into a true fortress of football, hosting some of the most unforgettable moments in history. The modern era, evolution of the iconic stadium. Fast forward to today, and Old Trafford is not just a stadium, it's a cultural landmark. Over the years, its capacity has grown, especially after significant renovations. The current capacity stands at 74,000, making it one of the largest club football stadiums in the UK. In 1990, the Taylor Report led to significant changes in football stadium safety, and Old Trafford was renovated to meet these standards, with all-seater stands replacing terraces. But it wasn't just about meeting regulations. It was about taking the experience of the fans to new heights. With state-of-the-art facilities, luxurious executive suites, and a world-class fan experience, Old Trafford has become a modern-day coliseum where both football and entertainment thrive. But Old Trafford isn't the only iconic stadium in Manchester. Across the city, the Etihad Stadium, home to Manchester City, opened in 2002. Originally built as a venue for the Commonwealth Games, the Etihad quickly transformed into a modern football arena, reflecting Manchester City's rise to dominance in English football. Memorable matches and events. If these walls could talk, what stories would they tell? From thrilling derbies to historic European nights, let's relive Some of the greatest moments at Manchester's football stadiums. Manchester United's dramatic comeback against Bayern Munich in 1999, Manchester City's Premier League title-winning match in 2012. Old Trafford and the Etihad Stadium have seen it all. From Manchester United's unforgettable 1999 Champions League final victory over Bayern Munich to Manchester City's dramatic last-minute Premier League title win in 2012. These stadiums aren't just home to the games, they are home to memories, passion, and moments that will forever live in football lore. What makes a stadium truly legendary? Is it the victories, the players, or the atmosphere? Perhaps it's the way these iconic grounds shape the city and its people. Let's look at how these two stadiums define the essence of Manchester itself. Manchester's football stadiums are more than just buildings. They are a vital part of the city's fabric. From economic impacts, with tourism and events attracting millions, to social influence, where fans unite to share in the joy and heartbreak of football, Old Trafford and the Etihad leave an indelible mark. In the end, these stadiums are not only defined by their capacity, the number of trophies won, or the stars that have graced their pitches. They are defined by the people, by the thousands of fans who continue to fill these stands, who continue to create the magic with every game. From its humble beginnings to its modern grandeur, Manchester's football stadiums have stood the test of time. And as long as football continues, so too will the legend of these iconic grounds